Welcome to episode 4 of How to Play Ambient Guitar. If you haven't seen the rest of the series, check it out by clicking on the link above or in the video description below. On today's episode, we're going to begin exploring the very large topic of playing melody lines and leads in the context of ambient guitar. So let's get right down to it. So let's talk ambient guitar lead playing. What I'd like to do on today's episode is just cover setting up and starting with clean ambient guitar lead tones and lines. Let's check out the setup first. If you look at the inset, wherever I've got it in the video, you'll see that I'm using the same 3 effects that I've been using throughout the series. I've got a Wampler Ego Compressor, followed by a Morley Little Alligator volume pedal, followed finally by a Strymon dig. And my tone is a clean Fender tone. So check this out. Not too crazy. And if you listen to a single note, you can hear the compressor working to give me a little bit more sustain. I've got the guitar set on the bridge pickup. I could set it in between. That might be nice. But I'll leave it on the bridge. The other thing, this is my personal preference, is that I never run, for leads, I never ever run the tone control all the way up because to my ear things always get too tinny. I prefer a more mellow setting, so I actually roll the tone control off back to about 4 or so. This is going to vary depending on your guitar, but I encourage you to play around with the tone control to get a sound that you like. Finally, the dig is set up to about a 1-second delay. Whatever kind of delay you have, just set it up in that area. You'll be fairly close to what I've got going on. The dig does have that second delay line, and I do have that set up to a dotted quarter follow-on. So let me let you hear that. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit rhythmic. If you don't have the kind of the dotted eighth, dotted quarter kind of capability on your delay, no worries. Just tap in about a 1-second delay, crank up the repeats until you like the sound, and you're going to be somewhere in the same ballpark of what I've got going on here. What I like to do is just start out with a very simple line, and it's based around the E minor chord. We're going to be playing the D string on the 2nd fret, that's an E, the G string on the 4th fret for B, and then the G string on the 2nd fret, A, and then the B string on the 3rd fret, D, and then an E, which is the 5th string on that B string. And here's what it sounds like. So we're going to be doing the E, B, D, A, E. And you can probably rip that off really quickly. But let's go ahead and add the delay and the volume pedal into the mix and try it just at a very slow tempo. All right, if you don't have a lot of experience with playing ambient lead lines, you'll want to just kind of practice that over and over again with a couple of variations maybe, just to get the foot-hand coordination. So you're not chopping off notes or you're not allowing the pick attack to come through when you play the guitar. And this is ambient guitar, so we're not going to be playing, that kind of stuff. And I don't know how to shred, but if you know how to shred, we're not going to be shredding or anything like that. We're going to be playing slow. But in order to really work on that foot-hand coordination, I'd encourage you to take it a little bit faster. So something like this. And just work on that, different tempos until you've got it nice and smooth. That's going to set you up to play all types of clean lead melodies. All right, now, next, and I think really the final topic for this episode is intervals. So again, we're not shredding, obviously, and we're not playing the same types of scalar intervals you might find in other genres of music. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that kind of stuff. Right, so part of the reason why we're not, other than the fast tempo not really fitting the style of the music, is when you've got a lot of chords going on, dense, echo, delayed chords. If you're playing lead lines with very close intervals, it can actually get lost in the overall texture of the soundscape or the drone. So I find adding space between the intervals of the melody can be very helpful. Let me show you what I mean. And if I go to the upper register of the guitar, it works really well there too. And if I crank up the repeats a little bit and add in a drone, okay, so those wider intervals, I can't speak today, leave a lot of space for what's going on within the chord or the drone, or in particular, the lower tones of whatever you've got going on. All right, there you have it. Just a few quick tips for getting started playing ambient leads and ambient melodies. We're going to continue this on the next episode. We're going to get into using distortion. We're going to get into playing leads with chords. I'm really excited to kind of pursue those other aspects of ambient leads and melodies. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel. That way you can be notified when new episodes of How to Play Ambient Guitar are posted. And as always, I'll see all of you on the next video.